Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today in the Bible Bistro, and for several weeks looking forward in the Bible Bistro, we're going to be studying Psalm 18. So hope you'll strap in and get ready for some famous and delicious 5-minute Bible study. That's right, it's 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. That's my little elevator speech. And today, boy, that's going to be true all this week, all next week, and the weeks following, because Psalm 18, we're going to take it one verse at a time. Well, I mean, we're not going to do just one verse a day, but it's going to feel like that for a while, because we're probably going to do about 1 to 2 verses every day for the next month and a half, maybe, because Psalm 18 is that important. It's 50 verses long, and so we're going to parcel it out so that we can get to everything. But this psalm is very, very important. This, I think, is the seedbed for the rest of the Psalter. And what I mean by that is the themes that we find in Psalm 18, we find them all throughout the Psalms. And it doesn't matter who the psalm writer is, whether it's Asaph or David or Solomon or Haman or Ethan or Jeduthun. They all seem to be writing according to the themes that are found here in Psalm 18. So we're going to take some time to work our way through Psalm 18, find out what those themes are. Now today I'm going to read verses 1 and 2, but before I do that, we have a very lengthy introduction to Psalm 18. It's another reason why this psalm is so important, because it connects historically to an event in the life of David. So if you look at the introduction, now some Bibles are going to have the introduction, some Bibles are not going to copy the introduction. I don't know why that is, because it is in the Hebrew text, so it's right there for us. And of course the Hebrew Bible sees it as, they actually count it as verses. So they have it actually in the text and not separated from the text of the psalm. But here we have of the choir master, so that's familiar to us. We know him. He's been busy. Of David, a servant of the Lord, who spoke to the Lord the words of this song on the day the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. Now we're going to go back to 2 Samuel 22, and we're going to read much of what we have here in Psalm 18 is recorded for us there in 2 Samuel 22. So David exults in the Lord and writes this song as an expression of his praise and thanksgiving to the Lord for deliverance. Now last week I said that if you look at Psalm 17 is his prayer for deliverance. And then we have Psalm 18, which is his song of praise for deliverance, because God had delivered him from all of his enemies and from the hand of Saul. So let me read for us verses 1 and 2, and that'll at least get us started today. He said, I love you, O Lord, my strength. O Lord, my cliff and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my rock in whom I trust, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower. So this is David's song of praise, and you can see right away as it begins with, he said, so the psalmist is looking back up into that introduction there. This is David that we're talking about. David wrote this song of praise on the day when the Lord delivered him from the hand of all of his enemies, and he said, I love you, O Lord, my strength. So he begins with that. Notice the first person, how prominent it is in here, and the way that he describes God, who is his God. He is my strength, my cliff, my fortress, my deliverer, my rock, my shield, the horn of my salvation, my high tower. So all of those are descriptive words about the Lord whom he is praising in this song. Well, we'll come back to that and then go on into verses 3 and 4 tomorrow. So I hope you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.